Welcome to NEBA Spotlight. Today, I'm very, very excited to introduce Rick Fadden with MBA Mortgage. Rick, tell us about your business.
Okay, so Rick Fadden, MBA Mortgage. I've been in the group a little bit now, so a lot of people probably have a basic idea of what I do. But I just want to share a little bit just about me personally first, because I don't always share that. So I'm from Concord, Mass. That's where I went to high school, went to Concord Carlisle High School, graduated in 2010. After that, I went to Bentley University in Waltham, graduated in 2014, studied finance there. I then started for a company, AEW Capital Management, so did office and industrial asset management for them for a while. Then started a commuter parking company, Bentley Parking Services. So I would work with small businesses and property owners around the commuter rail and subway lines and rent out spaces to commuters for those lines. Did that for 6 years, then COVID hit, commuter parking, not the industry to be in during COVID. So had to make a change and decided to go into mortgages. It seemed like the perfect fit because I had the real estate finance background as well as parking, which was really just a sales-based job. So mortgages was the perfect fit for that. So started mortgages in 2021 and have loved it since. So just a little thing about like what I do for fun. So I coach wrestling. That's a big part of my life. I coach high school and youth. So anything from 2nd grade to 12th grade. Been doing that for 13. This is my 13th year coaching now. And then enjoy like weightlifting, playing disc golf. If anyone knows what disc golf is, it's very fun. Do that a lot during the summer. Not as much now, but in the summer, a lot. So that's just a little bit about me. So MBA Mortgage. So MBA Mortgage started in 2005. We are veteran owned and operated. Our president is actually a disabled veteran. So we do a lot of work with disabled veterans and the DAV, if anyone knows the DAV. We are based in Quincy, but we have other offices as well: Worcester, Athol, another Quincy office, and Falmouth. We're licensed in Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Maine, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Florida for 1 to 4 unit residential properties. When it comes to commercial properties or small business loans, we can do those nationwide because the licensing on them is different. A big thing for us and a big advantage is the languages that we speak. I personally just speak English and a very little amount of Spanish, but as a company, we can do English, Spanish, Cantonese, Mandarin, Vietnamese, Portuguese, Haitian Creole, Cape Verdean Creole. We have a wide variety of loan officers with different language experience. So we like to think that if someone is not a native English speaker and they're more comfortable speaking in a different language for a very important transaction, we can have someone that will speak the language they're most comfortable in. So I'm going to run through our products, just a very basic idea for the products that we offer. If you have any interest or want to hear more on any of these products, let me know. I'm happy to explain in more detail anything, but just kind of want to run through everything that we do. So basic conventional product, that's something that probably everyone knows. It can be used for primary, secondary investment properties. You most likely have heard of a 15 or 30 year, but you can actually do other years as well. If you want to get a 28-year conventional, you can get a 28-year conventional. And the down payment for that, a lot of people think you need 20%. You don't. You can go as low as 5% or even 3%, depending on certain income levels and where the property is located. FHA is another very common option. This is a very good option for people with lower credit, people that need lower down payment. It's only for primary residences. You can go down to 580 credit with 3.5% down. You can even get down to 500 credit if you have 10% down. So definitely a good option for lower credit borrowers. Also for people looking to buy multifamily properties because the down payment requirements are a lot lower in FHA than other options. VA, we're veteran owned, as I said. VA is a big part of our business. It's an amazing option for veterans. You can go 0% down on it. It's a lot of benefits on interest rate, on stuff like that. So it's a really good option for veterans. USDA is generally thought of as rural loans, but I like to think of it more as rural and suburban. There's a lot of places that you wouldn't think qualify for USDA actually do. And USDA can have a lot of benefits as well with the interest rate, and can also go 0% down on some. It does have to meet income limits and does have to meet certain location requirements. But if it does, awesome program. DSCR is a program that I really like. It is for investor specific properties. And the thing about DSCR is that your income does not matter. It's based on the income the property generates. So it's an awesome program for investors. Bank statement loans are for self-employed borrowers. So a lot of self-employed borrowers might not be able to qualify for some loans based on how their taxes are prepared. So bank statement program provides a self-employed borrower the ability to use your bank statement deposits in order to qualify. Asset utilization is for people that have a lot of assets, but not a lot of income. And in this program, you can just take the total amount of assets divided by a certain number, and that's your qualifying income. So for example, you have 1.2 million in assets, and you have an asset utilization program of 120 months. So 1.2 million divided by 120 months, $10,000 a month in qualifying income. Renovation products are great for homes that need some work on them. So for example, if you go online, you see a home that says does not qualify for conventional or FHA financing. What it means is it doesn't qualify for a typical FHA or conventional financing, but for a renovation loan, it may. So this allows you the ability to renovate the property and kind of tie all of that, the renovation costs and the property purchase, all into one loan. Construction, looking to build a property from scratch, we're able to offer those. That's pretty basic for what that is. And then we have lenders that are willing to entertain other scenarios. If you have something that doesn't fit into any specific box, but it seems to make sense, we have lenders that will consider it. Property types, do a lot of unusual property types. So commercial, anything from office, industrial, self-storage facilities, bars, restaurants, daycare centers, automotive facilities, we can do, which can sometimes have some trouble finding financing for. And then can also get creative income-wise. So do stuff like no doc loans, which is basically you need a certain amount of down payment funds, but the actual income that you make or the property generates doesn't really come into account. So it can be a good way to qualify if you have some difficulty qualifying based on other lenders' requirements or doesn't fit into a nice box. Manufactured housing we can do. A lot of places will not do manufactured housing. We have lenders that will. Condotels are a thing that many people probably haven't heard of. They are basically a condo that operates like a hotel, and we're able to do those. Non-warrantable condos, they don't meet certain standards. Stuff like if too many units in the condominium are rented out instead of owner occupied, it could be non-warrantable and can find trouble finding financing for that. So we do that. We work with a lot of unusual borrowers as well. So stuff like down payment assistance programs, which I've talked about a lot. If you don't have enough for a down payment, we can help. Foreign nationals, we can do. ITIN borrowers, we can do. So unusual immigration cases or people who just don't live in the United States at all, we have options for. Low credit borrowers, I talked about going down to 500 in certain cases on credit, can go a lot lower than a lot of places. And we can also help people with credit repair if they need it. And then a couple options for like financial planning stuff. So we offer delayed financing, which is purchasing a property in cash and then immediately doing a cash out refinance on that in order to get that cash back. Debt consolidation, if you have a lot of high interest rate debt, we can help with refinancing that out. And then reverse mortgages for people that need extra income in retirement, can't afford their home but want to stay in it. The HECM program, Home Equity Conversion Mortgage, is a FHA-based program that's a great option for those borrowers. And then small business loans as well. So anyone looking to purchase business, expand their business, buy out a partner, that's another thing as well. So that is all of my stuff.
Nice job, Rick. I love it. What's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
Phone or email, either one is good for me. So
Awesome. Awesome.
happy I was able to get through everything. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but
Yes. Well, thanks for presenting, and reach out to Rick to learn more information.